Spencer Ross with One Step Forward, and I hope you're well. I'm frustrated. I've had a good week. It's been a busy week, but I'm frustrated. Okay, why am I frustrated? I went to a meeting. I asked a question. First time I've ever been in the meeting, my goal was to not say anything, just to observe, and someone had an interesting point, so I asked a question. Okay, so the answer that the person gave was, that's really hard to determine, gobbledygook, gobbledygook, gobbledygook. Okay, it's hard to determine. Someone else presented, another person presented, turned to me and said, Spencer, that's really hard to determine. Maybe that's something we look at later. Okay, maybe we look at it later. It's good information to know. Are we answering questions that were asked, or are we just giving an answer? If you're just talking, is that wasting everyone's time? Okay, as a leader, does that lower your credibility or raise it? If I'm at work and someone asks me a question for help, I helped 3 people in Spanish, not last week, but the week before. Super proud about that. If someone asks me a question and I just give them an answer because I'm trying to be helpful and that's something I have to work on, right? Some people have different things to work on. My thing is I want to help them, so I'll give them an answer. Well, if I don't know the answer, it's okay to say, hey, I don't know. Let's go to the information desk. Is it okay to make something up? No. If it's really hard to determine, okay, it's really hard to determine. Maybe we should look at a way to determine that and not just make up something for 4 sentences. Wasting everyone's time. All right, why else am I frustrated this week? Why do I have my apron on? My roommate, so this is my second video, my roommate said, hey Spencer, can we change up what we're eating a little bit? I want to try something new. Well, I have a hard time with that. Not because he's asking. I like that he's asking. In America, I've been told that we're a really rich country, and we are. We're very blessed. But my family, throwing food away was not good. We struggled a little bit, and that's okay. Some families are going to struggle a little bit more than mine. Some families are going to be a little bit better than mine, and we all know about those ones who are very, very blessed, and that's awesome as well. Okay, so just because I have something in my past, am I going to limit my future based off that? Maybe, maybe not. So I've started to do a little adjustments. Today we tried something new. Last month we tried something. It was bad. It was edible. The meat was very tender, but no. My roommate even threw it away. Tonight, cooked a different thing and it worked. It was pretty good. I overcooked it a little bit, so I need to work on that. But am I trying? Am I creating an environment where he feels comfortable to complain? Hey, Spencer, can we try something new? If I'm a boss, are my employees comfortable enough to, hey, Spencer, can we try something new? I have an idea. Hey, Spencer, I don't like the way you talk to me. Hey, Spencer, I have an issue with what you did over there. Or am I just my way or the highway? Now, sometimes, at the end of the day, it is my way or the highway. But is my tone correct? Talked about being friendly. My next video is going to be about gossip. It was a busy week. Doing lots of things. Went to one meeting. Had a call. Cover that in a second. The food. Okay, dinner went well. Am I preparing myself correctly? Or am I just reading recipes, getting the apron out, and not doing the work? So I asked the question. Someone made up an answer because they didn't want to look like they didn't know. Someone asked me a question. Hey, can we change? Okay, I need to work on that. I need to work through my history. I can read all the books. I can watch all the videos. I can do all the prep I want. I can put the apron on. But if I'm not cooking a different meal, am I satisfying that requirement? Okay, so I got a phone call. Had to talk to a lawyer. Lawyers. All right, hey Spencer, you can sign this thing, but I was like, no, I'm not going to sign it. If I sign this thing, that opens me up to a lawsuit. Why would I do that? As a leader, am I building my credibility? Okay, so maybe they'll never find out. Why would I want that stress? I want to go to sleep at night and just go to sleep. I don't want to have to worry about, oh man, I purposely, knowingly did something wrong, not a momentary lapse of judgment, but I actually thought out something to do wrong. All right, so now I have to do a whole bunch of work. I've got to make a phone call. And maybe it'll be a couple phone calls. And maybe I've got to research some stuff. Okay, but am I setting myself up for success? I can read all the books I want about success, but if I sign the dotted line on something I know is fraudulent, okay, well, I don't know what the statute of limitations of that are, but wait, it doesn't matter if it's illegal or not. I don't want that reputation. Do you want that reputation? Talking about stuff that happened just this week about people doing stuff or saying, Spencer, you can do it, but that's not the person I want to be. So a young man needed mentorship. Wrote him a letter. Talked about it's your choice. You choose what to do. If you make a mistake, all right, fix it. Okay? But you are responsible for what you do. Someone asks you a question and they just make something up. Okay, well, that's what they wanted to do. I get a phone call from a lawyer saying, yeah, Spencer, you can sign it. It'll be fraud. Okay. Let's do some research. Let's not sign anything yet. And let's make sure we're doing it right. But let's go and do it. I talked about how I've read lots of books. I've asked for mentorship, and most of the time it didn't show up because mentorship is very hard. Okay. Am I doing the work? Are you doing the work? Yes. Super animated about this. Went to another meeting. Guy was talking about translating a book from one language to another. And I was asking him a different question, and we were talking about books because I've written a book and I haven't published it. And I realized what was going on in my mind. I was so nervous about trying to make it perfect. It's been done for a year and a half, and I've been editing it and editing it and editing it and editing it and read it one last time. Double check it for the 15th time. I've already paid people to edit it. I've already asked for help. Get it done. Or stop. Why am I wasting my time? Why am I stressing about this book that's not written? Wait, it is written, but it's not published because I'm nervous? Well, it's okay to be nervous. What do you do about it? What do you do about your frustration? Are you going to adjust? Are you going to accomplish the task? Or are you just going to have a book that's never published, but it's really good? It's going to help people. So I'm frustrated about a thing, and I'm going to make a complaint. I took a picture because I made documentation, right? That's what we want to do. Who? Spencer? What? Picture. Took the emotion out of it. There's the picture. There's the proof that everything that person and that department has said is false. Okay, sometimes you have to do that. Wait, you've got to do it. So I was talking to the guy about the book. He said, hey, I'd like you to read my book. I'm like, okay. He's like, you're a native English speaker. I'd like you to read it from a native English speaker's viewpoint. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, that's easy. And if you tell me that sucks, that's okay. I was like, no, I won't say that. He was like, no. If you tell me that sucks, I was like, sir, I've written an article and I submitted it for publication, and I was told very nicely that it sucked. I don't want to do that for you. And he laughed. And I said, I will give you an honest critique. He's going to write a book, get it translated into English by a professional editor. He's going to submit it for review either by myself or other people, by people who are native English speakers. And he's going to accomplish his task. If I'm a leader, if I'm a person, if I'm a leader of the company Spencer Ross, am I working to accomplish the task? Or am I just reading books and then going out and being a jerk to people? My next video I'm going to make is about gossip. People gossip all the time, and they read books about not doing it. They read articles about not doing it, and they gossip all the time. Now, some people have a little bit different opinion about what gossip is. If you say, hey, Spencer Ross is making YouTube videos, people sometimes think that's gossip. Gossip is, you can look it up, but I'll just kind of break it down for you, is a negative rumor that you are spreading. Or let's say I got a DUI and I tell Bobby, my boss, hey, I got a DUI. I'm going through some things. I'm going to have to go to court. And then Bobby goes and tells everyone at work. It's true. Yes, it is true. I got a DUI, but they don't need to know that. There are certain things that people do need to know and they don't. Gossip is tearing people down. I made a phone call this week, asked for a loan. I was very nervous about it. I sent an email 3 months ago. There was some issue, and it's okay for the company not to get back to me because they had some issues with some stuff, and things come up, right? Medical things come up. My boss is going on vacation for 2 weeks, so that's great. How am I letting that affect me? Am I going to stop working because my boss isn't there? I could. Or I could go to work and be a normal, good employee because I'm leading myself. But I was nervous about this phone call. And she didn't say yes, she didn't say no. She asked a lot of questions. She had a lot of advice. And I need to keep going through the process of filling out the paperwork and going through the background check and getting the credit check and all that. But I was nervous about it. And that's okay. I'm nervous about trying something new, whether that's a loan, cooking food, asking someone out, giving mentorship advice. But I can read all the books, watch all the videos, and not do anything. I make the choice of what I do in my life. I would say probably 90%. I'm sure maybe your situation's different, but you choose what you do. You make those decisions. I had been forgetting to do something, and I was reading an article about people getting promoted, and it was listing some stuff, and it said this thing. I was like, man, I have forgotten to do this for 4 months. So I started reading the article some more, and I stopped. I closed the article. I got on my phone, the calendar out, and I made an all-day reminder on every Saturday and Sunday in perpetuity. That means forever. I took it off yesterday afternoon. I finally got it done. It took 2.5 hours to get the project done. It was a lot of work. That wasn't why I was putting it off. I was just forgetting. But I read the article, saw the reminder. No, I keep forgetting. Closed the article, went on my calendar, all these reminders. Because I wanted to be effective. I wanted to get the job done. I want to see them get promoted. Does that help me? Nope. Doesn't at all. But I can cheer for someone else. I can be happy for someone else. Are they going to give me money because they got promoted? No. Why would they do that? Maybe they do an office celebration. We all have dinner. All right, cool. But I need to get stuff done. Whether I'm nervous or scared, have a history, whatever the case may be, I need to get it done. Had dinner with a guy. Haven't seen the guy for 3 months. Reached out, hey, let's have dinner on Friday. So today's Sunday, recording the video, so a couple days ago. He's doing great. It was a great time to catch up. I choose what I do. You choose what you do. You can do it. You're great. Go act like it. I keep saying that people are amazing. Well, Spencer, that person's not amazing. Okay, so they made a mistake. I'm sure they're amazing. I'm sure you're amazing. I'm sure you can do it. Take the encouragement wherever you can get it and go get the job done. Maybe little steps, right? So I want to try something new. So half of the meal was French fries. I know how to cook French fries. That's easy. You get them out of the bag, put them in the pan, put them in the oven, good to go. The other part, all right, let's give it a shot. Overcooked a little bit. All right, so I need to make an adjustment. But I need to plan a little bit differently. Who, what, when, where, why, how, so what? Keep it simple, but you can do it. You can absolutely do it. So go get it done. Spencer Ross, one step forward. And as you walk through this week and the next week and the next week after that, whenever you're listening to this video, whether you're going through a coup in Africa or whatever's going on in Ukraine or in your household or in America, take that step. Go get it done. I was watching a video and the guy wanted to say, I acknowledge you. Don't just make it words. Make it meaning. Make it mean something for you and the people around you. Reading books and videos and all that stuff is great, but what are you doing with it? Have a great week.